I've done a number of tours in Florida over the years, and for this trip I wanted to explore some of the smaller towns in the Panhandle area. I left Defuniak Springs and made my way east through Florida into the southern part of Georgia for a few days, and then dropped south into Florida, and from there I made my way to the coastline and went through some of the areas I've not been through and there before, and made my way back to Defuniak Springs.
November 2nd, on my way to Florida. Got my bicycle here all loaded on the back. I've left Tennessee, headed down to northern Florida for a loop, and I'm stopped here at a place called Buc-ee's here in the southern United States. This is a huge rest stop. They usually have more than 100, yes that's right, over 100 gas pumps. It's a huge facility if you see it here behind me.
Here's the Buc-ee's rest stop mascot, and then here are some images from Defuniak Springs, the large pond, the night before I actually started my tour. Today's route was 63 miles, which followed Highway 90 all the way from Defuniak Springs to Florida Cavern State Park, where I had already reserved a campsite. This road has a good shoulder all the way, and I actually did travel this on my Southern Tier trip earlier this year. The town of Defuniak was formed around 1880 as a resort community for a few railroad barons. It's named after Frederick R. Defuniak, who was the vice president of the L&N Railroad. The pond, which is located in this town, is perfect circular and is formed by two springs. When I do tours, when I don't leave from my house and I have to leave my car somewhere, I always fret about where to leave my car where it will be safe. The Defuniak Police Department was very kind to let me leave my car on the premises where they allow exchanges that people do online.
10 miles east of Defuniak Springs on Highway 90, and I think today's riding is going to be predominantly a tunnel of trees, as you can see, evidenced by the road I'm on here. That's fine. It's all right. It's a beautiful morning. Something a little different here on Highway 90 as I go east. The Choctawhatchee River and Bridge. George L. Dickerson Bridge. Okay, whoever that was, not sure. All right, I'm in the Westville, Florida area. Still headed east on 90. Been definitely a tunnel of trees, but it's all right. Look at the beautiful sky I got today. Just gorgeous. Well, let's see if we can see the river. On the Choctawhatchee River. Here we go. Pretty big river. Ooh. At the Holiday Restaurant here in Bonifay, Florida. This was obviously the meeting place for all the locals. I think I was the youngest person in there, and I'm almost 61 years old. But that means it must be good food, right? And it was. Since the parking lot's full, there's a good little spot. I'm continuing to head east here towards Marianna. It's been a pretty good day so far. If you can see that flag way out there, you can tell that I've got a headwind for the rest of the day. I've had a really good solid headwind all day. It's just basically no relief in the legs. Been having to really watch my hydration. I was getting a little behind. Legs felt a little crampy at times. I had a flat tire coming into Cottondale. I fixed it behind a Shell station. That was probably a good idea. Allowed me to rest. Got a Coke and some Fritos. That was all good. Made it to the Florida Cavern State Park. Whew. Gosh, what a day. No more headwind, please. All right, let's go see if I got a sight. Oh, Lord Almighty. All right, there we are. We made it. Woohoo! I'll show you my campsite. Here we got my tent all set up. Big Agnes, copper spur, HV, UL2, the whole bit. Got a little bit of laundry hung up here. I'm in the tent area, so I have water but no electricity. The shower house and bathrooms are right there, which is really nice and convenient. And I don't see any street lights. No lights in here, so it should be nice. Good viewing of the stars tonight, so that'll be nice. Here I got my bike all next to the picnic table. I'm having to fix a flat here, so I've got that curing next to my bike. I did get a flat today. I'm having chicken and dumplings tonight, so I just added water, or hot boiling water. I've got my light on charge. Yeah, it's still on charge. That's good. Got a little bit more laundry here drying out. And so the sun's already over the horizon. I think it's, what time is it? Let's see. It's 5:20, so I got an hour left of light. So I'm already cooking, and so I definitely want to beat the sun going down to have everything done so I can relax and enjoy the rest of the evening.
Today's route was 56 miles from the Florida Cavern State Park to Bainbridge, Georgia. It was along primarily quiet roads, and when I passed into Georgia, I picked up a bicycle Route 10, which was really nice.
Okay, today is Saturday morning, November 4th, and I am packing everything up here at the Florida Caverns Campground site number 34. As you can see here, I've got all my stuff laid out. I'm packing it all up. I had a flat yesterday, and of course I found out this morning that my rear tire had gone flat again. So obviously I didn't get whatever was causing the flat out of it. So I got to spend about a half hour this morning in 50-degree temperature changing a flat tire and actually finding the piece of wire that did cause my flat. Oh well, now that is resolved, I probably won't have to worry about any flats for the day, which is nice. But you never know what will happen. Had a good night of sleep here. It was really nice and quiet. The stars were out until the moon came out, then it got kind of bright, amazingly. I'm tooling along, going east on 166, just north of Florida Caverns, and came across a neat little locomotive. And a few cars just out here in the middle of nowhere. Not exactly sure why they're here, but it's kind of interesting. And it looks like we can go up and see what it is.
This was a really neat old steam locomotive. I enjoyed visiting it. I just want to mention that the Florida Cavern State Park I stayed at last night was really nice. It was established in 1942 and is the only air-filled cave in Florida. All the others are water-filled and not usually accessible by normal people unless you're a very accomplished scuba diver. I'd recommend the park to cyclists. It's a great place, and the people there even knew about the no turn-away policy for cyclists, so highly recommended.
I'm in North Florida, but there's lots of cotton here. I've seen a lot of peanuts on the road as well. So I think I'm in a mix of and peanuts. Looks like I'm coming upon the town of Greenwood. Here's a Greenwood city limit sign. Pretty impressive. Here's a sign. An antebellum mansion built by Hamilton Bryan as a home for his mother in 1860 on the 5,200 acre plantation established by his father. Interesting. I'm definitely in cotton territory now. It's break time. I'm at the Neal's Landing Park, right next to I think it's the Chattahoochee River. I'm not exactly sure about that, but I'm at the border of Florida and Georgia. Just taking a break here. It's kind of a rundown park, no working bathrooms, no water. Picnic tables all kind of damaged. Gonna have flour tortillas with peanut butter and jelly. We got some Fritos. I'm gonna try to keep the food, do a lot better today with more food, more drink. Got about another 25 miles to go to get to Bainbridge. So, and entering Georgia, Inland Waterway, Chattahoochee, Georgia state line. There you go. All right, we're in Georgia. Don't know if that's good or bad, but we're in Georgia. It's a big river. That's a big river, Chattahoochee. I don't know if you can hear it, but you hear the wind through the microphone. Been another windy day all day today. Got about 38 miles in, maybe another 15 to go. Both my knees are hurting. Yeah, you know, going 15, 17 miles an hour on a lightweight road bike doesn't really prepare you for this. You know, 70-pound bike, even though it hadn't been very hilly, but just the effort of pushing that heavy bike across the road and fighting a headwind now for the second day in a row, I'm really tired. I think I'm eating and drinking enough, probably a little deficient, but I'm gonna get a hotel here in Bainbridge once I get there. Try to recover, get some ibuprofen, maybe eat or drink a lot more. So it's all good. This is the town square of Bainbridge, Georgia. It was incorporated in 1829 and it was named for the Navy Commodore William Bainbridge, who was a commander of the USS Constitution, also known as Old Ironsides. Today, this population is approximately 14,000 people. Its primary economy is manufacturing, retail trade, construction, and healthcare. It is definitely surrounded by lots and lots of agriculture, which was the most important or most prevalent thing that I saw coming into and leaving this town. It was a very pretty area. Their town square here was really nice. Today's route was 47 miles, and I continued to follow bicycle route
number 10 in Georgia east from Bainbridge to Thomasville. Bicycle Route 10 is really nice. I definitely like to explore more of these bicycle routes in Georgia.
A really low traffic road, as you can see here, although it is a Sunday morning. A lot of people in church, going to church in the towns, but it's empty out here, which is really nice. Interesting place here, and not really much to say, but thought this was kind of cute. They call this Robin Woods. Looks like I'm in heavy pine forest. I mean, look at these pine trees up here, and they're just all over. I don't know if these are pine tree farms, but I'm just passing through mile after mile after mile of this. It smells really nice. Low traffic this morning. It's a good day to be out. Just listen to that, how quiet it is. I'm not sure what Route 10 bicycle route is here in southern Georgia, but I will agree they've picked a good road for it. There's practically no traffic, at least here on a Sunday morning. The road's in great shape. It's flat to slightly rolling. It's really a beautiful road. I'm impressed. So whoever put this route on here, congratulations. It's a nice road. All right, here's my Bruce Gordon for this trip. I'm using my Robert Beckman panniers I bought used off of a gentleman out west who had quite a few pair. Buried underneath there is a tubus rack with my Donati light, and up here I have a genuine Bruce Gordon rack, and I'm also using my Schmidt Edelux 2 generator light here up front with my Son 28 generator hub with a Giles Berthoud leather bag. If you've never heard these are great bags. I got everything really well organized in it. As you can see, place for everything is place. Got lots of nice little pockets on the outside. I'm also using, I can use new stuff too. See, I've got a Revlate bag. That's where this camera stores. And I got my Garmin up front. So bike's been really reliable. It's a good rig. I'm enjoying life. It's a great thing to be out here. I'm passing by a number of cotton fields. And you tell me, but this one looks like it's already been harvested. But I still see a lot of white out there. Now I know they probably can't get all of it, but maybe some expert can tell us what percentage of the cotton can they get out of the field off of each one of the, I guess, plants, and how much is left behind. I'd be curious to know. I believe this is a cotton processing plant. Nope, peanuts. I was wrong. Farmers Peanut Company. Okay. So this is peanut processing. I've seen more cotton than peanuts today. In fact, I don't think I've seen any peanuts. Oh, I hear a train coming. Let's get up here and see if we can see the train come. All right, this is downtown Cairo, Georgia.
I later learned that the proper pronunciation is Cairo, like Cairo syrup.
It's like an old train station there. Grady County History Museum. Hey, look at this. We got the Grady County Courthouse, and across the street, my favorite thing, theater. Oldest theater in Georgia. Look at that. Zebulon. Cool. Zebulon Theater, Cairo, Georgia. April 15th, 1936. The oldest of 3 single-screen movie theaters in Georgia. Wow, look at that. Cool. These things would throw you from a bicycle immediately. That just looks like a bad idea.
As I left Cairo, Georgia, some sculptures caught my eye, and I wanted to take some pictures. So I met the artist and his wife and a good friend of his, and they were very kind to let me come on their property and take some pictures. And I think I probably killed 45 minutes to an hour talking to these really nice people. So if you're ever in Cairo, go check these out.
This is the artist of a wonder sculpture. What do you call this, Mr. Artist?
Hellhound.
Hellhound. It's got an interesting feature. You can see it's got a lever. You can see exactly what it does. No comment. All right, thank you, artist. Danny's the artist. Made some really neat sculptures, which you'll probably see in the pictures. I didn't do a whole lot of video there. They were a little apprehensive about video, but that's fine. But that was a lot of fun, meeting them, seeing all their great sculptures. All right, got about another 10-12 miles till I'm in Thomasville. I am in Thomasville, Georgia. This is in one tree behind me. This is at the Elizabeth Ireland Poe Park. This is a big oak. It is dated from 1680. That's right, 1680. It's 68 feet tall. The circumference of the trunk is 25 feet. From side to side, it's 165 feet. Yes, I know you can read the sign, but that's impressive. All right, I'm at the side of the live oak here in Thomasville. To get a scale, you can actually see the entire tree. See my bicycle at the base? I'm going to slowly get close to it. You can see how big this tree really is. It's really huge. This tree is as wide or wider than my bike. That's just impressive. That is a huge tree. Just incredible, isn't it? All right, this is downtown Thomasville. Oh, nice. Wow, what's this fancy place? I'm not really sure. Tax assessor, tax commissioner, Thomas County. No, it doesn't say courthouse. Nice fountain. This looks like a courthouse. It sure does, doesn't it? I think that's a courthouse.
Today was 45 miles, once again along Bicycle Route 10 in southern Georgia. The first half of the day was on Ozell Road. The second half of the day past Quitman was on Troopville Road until I got to the Valdosta Oaks RV campground.
I'm headed northeast out of Thomasville, Georgia. And I'm glad I'm not on the other side of the road because it's really busy. And you can see there's just not that much of a shoulder here, unfortunately. But hotel last night was pretty bad. There's no camping here. The only camping in Thomasville was at an RV park. Of course, they didn't allow any tents. Shocker. One of the most common questions I get asked on my bike tours, which way do I go? Especially on long distance tours going east and west. Well, one of my pat answers is that for photography, it's always better to go west. And here you'll see why. If I pan around, I'm now going east. Can you really see much detail or definition in anything you're looking at down the road while you're looking into the sun? I don't think so. So now if I pan around this way, and now you're looking back behind me with the sun behind the camera, you can see so much easier. And it makes just for a lot better photography until the sun gets up higher in the sky. But actually it's best to not have any sun at all. You just want to have a nice, good cloudy day that's not super overcast for the best photography there is, so you get rid of shadows. But isn't that much better than that? I think so. Just makes for a lot better pictures. So that's my 2 cents. Not sure what that's for. The Amadas 2110. Yep. No hands riding. Bike's riding great. I'm now on the outskirts of Valdosta, and these have to be the widest rumble strips I've seen in a long time. I'm sure glad that I have such a wide shoulder. That would take up the entire shoulder on probably 95% of the roads that I ride on. All right, camping for the night is La Quinta. Nope, sorry, not right. Here we go. Valdosta Oaks. I'll get it right. Valdosta Oaks RV Park. Registration. This is a place that says that they accept tent campers, so we shall see. As you can see, I have quite a bit of background noise. Unfortunately, the campsite is right next to I-75. A pretty busy corridor here through Georgia for people headed to Florida. But I got my earplugs and I'll probably sleep pretty well. So it's not bad. It's $15. Pretty inexpensive for the night. I'll show you around the campsite a little bit. I got my bicycle right over here behind me. As you can see, I've got a little bit of a clothesline up. Everything's drying out pretty good. This is my campsite for Monday, November 6th. You can see where I am. Need I say anything more? Well, I guess the best part is my tent is in the shadow of a really bright light. Well, that's the way it goes.
Today's route was 63 miles from Valdosta down to the Spirit of the Suwannee Music Center and Park. These were perhaps the quietest roads and least traffic I had of my entire loop.
It's about 6 o'clock on Tuesday, November 7th. You can see I'm here in my tent. Had a pretty good night. I had earplugs and had to put on my tights and my top inside my sleeping bag. I stayed plenty warm. I think it's about 50 degrees this morning. traffic was pretty consistent all night. I slept really well. It was a good night of sleep. I think I survived leaving Valdosta. Couldn't do any recording. Busy roads. Trying to even get on the outskirts of Valdosta so I can go south. Alright, so I'm on Rocky Ford Road and I'm headed down towards Clyattville. First little stop of the day. Then from there I go south and cross the border into Florida. Last 2 days I've gotten really lucky with the roads. Been really nice. I'll let you enjoy it as much as I am. I got worried when I saw a sandy road up ahead. I'm thinking, oh no. But it goes this way. Watch for children chasing a ball. Otherwise, you don't have to watch for them. Only if they're chasing a ball. That's what that sign means. This is Clyattville, Main Street. See the sign there? Now here's the actual street. Well, you know you're in a small town when it's a sandy road. See? Main Street. I'm not lying. They're all looking at me like I've got something for them, and they're moving. I just passed this state line a while ago. There was no welcome to Florida sign out here in the middle of the country. All I saw was a sign that said, entering Hamilton County. That was it. So, that's okay. Still very nice roads out here. If you notice these pile of debris on the right-hand side of the road, that's from the cleanup from Adalia. They said they had lots of trees come down across the road. A lot of this area is still recovering from it. Here's some more debris. It's like the homeowners have gotten rid of a lot of theirs. Lots and lots of debris. See whole trunks and root balls of trees. Must have been pretty devastating. I think I've arrived. Spirit of the Suwannee Music Park. I've arrived. I finished the day and I've made it to the Spirit of the Suwannee Music Park. This thing's pretty phenomenal. Look at this. Look at all the stuff on this map. This is a map of the whole campground. Just incredible. But this is my little primitive area. I've already got my tent set up. And right over here, I've already taken a shower and washed the clothes while I was taking a shower. So I got everything already strung up to dry for the evening. And now I'm going to have an adventure meal. Lasagna with meat sauce. We're looking at the map for tomorrow's ride and the next day. And just enjoying the evening. Got about another hour before the sun goes down. So it's all good. Getting all the chores done. Feeding myself. I don't think I ate as much as I should have today. That's why I'm going to try to eat a bunch tonight. Then I'm going to cruise about 12 miles into Live Oak, Florida tomorrow. Nice little town. I think I've been through there in fact, I think I went through there on my Southern Tier trip earlier this year. So I'll get a good breakfast there in the morning. So it's been a good day. I think I did about 62 miles. Not sure
how much elevation I did. Doesn't really matter, it's pretty flat here anyway. I did have a tailwind the last 7 miles, that was nice. Otherwise I kind of felt like I had a off again, on again headwind as I was going east and south, and then east and south, and east and south. Well, you get the idea. All right, hope you're enjoying the video. Today's 59-mile route had me going south into Live Oak, and then southwest on Route 51 to Mayo, and then the rest of the way was 27 west into the town of Perry, Florida. Morning, everybody. Today's Wednesday, November 8th, and last night was a really good night of sleeping, where last night was pretty noisy over next to the interstate near Valdosta. Tonight was really pretty quiet. I had a hoot owl for a little while last night that was making a little bit of noise, but otherwise this is a really nice campground. It's really quiet. I can imagine this place is really busy on the weekends with all the concerts they have here, but I pretty much had the place to myself. It's just incredible. There are probably hundreds of primitive campsites around me, but I'm the only one here, which is really nice. So I'm really getting used to sleeping in my tent again. It's good to be back in it. I enjoy it. It's a good little tent. So today's gonna be a great ride, I think. I might even have a tailwind today. A legit tailwind. I know I was getting everything packed up, ready to go, and I said, I better check the pressure on my tires. Well, the back tire's fine. It was about 70 pounds. I usually run about 75. The front tire, it was at 40, so 40 psi. So that tells me I got something going on with the front tire. So I've torn everything apart now. I'm gonna have to look in to see what's causing front tire to go flat. This will be flat number 3 for the trip. At least I checked this one before I got on the road today, so I wasn't out in the middle of nowhere. But today I chose wisely. Here in Live Oak, I chose the Dixie Grill. As you can see, the parking lot is really crowded with lots of cars. This was where a lot of the locals came. Seems like everybody knew everybody. Food was good, service was good. It says Suwannee County right there. Pretty impressive. Hold the Mayo. No, don't hold it. That's where we're going. About a 22-mile section, and hold on to your hats. I think I've got 69 feet of climbing. Yeah, I know, it's gonna be tough. Yeah, things are pretty flat down here in Florida, but that's all right. I got a nice shoulder the entire way. Traffic's not too bad, they're being courteous. Everyone says, oh, Florida drivers are bad. I've not had any close encounters or problems yet, so it's all good. Well, I found out where all the storm debris come to. Right here. Look at all that. Wow. That's a lot. And I'm in Mayo, Florida, and this is a Lafayette County courthouse. Nice little town. Probably not a whole lot to it. Looks like this is the main strip here. And we head down to a little city park. Take a break there before I head on to Perry. County Courthouse, Florida Heritage. They too have got the crosses here just like Live Oak did. Alright, so I made it to Mayo. Now I went over here to the Dollar General and got a Coke. So now I was going to have some peanut butter and jelly on my flour tortillas. So I found my jelly and I found my chips, but this morning when I packed everything up, I accidentally left my package of flour tortillas back at the campground north of Live Oak. I'm not going back to get them. So it's going to be a little bit less of a lunch than I wanted. That's the way it goes. So live and learn. I just got to pay attention to make sure I got everything. Well, I'm sure
you've probably done the same. So if you think about it, in the comments, why don't you leave something that you've left behind that you regretted. On another trip, I actually left my tent poles at the first night where I camped one night. So the rest of the trip, I didn't have any tent poles. I had to improvise. That was not easy. So what have you left? Boy, there must be a cattle farm around here. Oh no, I think I found the source of my smell. I think this guy over here is spreading manure. This vehicle, it's really, really bad smelling. Yeah, I think he's spreading manure because my nose is about ready to fall off due to the acrid smell of that. Headwind's back, but I'm doing it. Whew. I'm tired today. This is day 6 on the road. I'm about ready for a day off. We'll see.
As I mentioned before, it was definitely time for a day off. Usually I like to ride for about 6 days and take a day off. So I got a hotel for 2 nights here in the town of Perry, which is a little bit bigger town, and had full service so I could get all my batteries recharged and get my body ready to go again.
Perry has a population of about 7,000 people. It's known as the tree capital of the South. This is the Taylor County Courthouse. Obviously, it's the only incorporated town in the Taylor County. It's time for a off-day tour. We're in the laundry area at the Econo Lodge, and so we're just putting everything in. We're making sure we count everything that goes in. See, I gotta make sure I have 2 caps. Those go in. My warm cap. My second pair of shorts, they go in. 1 pair of underwear. I know you're excited to see that. Well, it's all part of life. And my nice yellow jacket. Okay. I think that's everything. And then last goes in is my shirt. And I do have my off-bike or sleep shorts. I gotta wear something. Can't go naked. Can't do that. And then I will wear my rain jacket so I have something on top of me. But pretty much everything goes in. While on tour, here's one of my favorite meals if I'm actually camping out in a hotel room. This is Domino's Delivers. I usually get a marinara sausage bake, and tonight I opted to get the 32 count bread bites, Parmesan bread bites. Sometimes I get their cinnamon twists, which are really quite good as well. So this makes a really good meal. I'm able to carbo load a lot, and I can use this to really get me down the road a long way tomorrow.